with some good water. I think everything's gonna turn out fine. I mean, I'm not worried. Let's see. For whom does the bell toll? Okay, cool. Hello, Jackson. I gotta tell the frickin' Discord that this is going down. Everybody needs to know. Everyone. Come watch me try to find Jotaro. Because I don't know where the fuck he is in this game, but I can tell you I'm damn sure gonna fucking find him. Like, if you think I can be stopped, you're fucking wrong. Anyway. Let's get off this basic ass title screen and fucking find him. Okay. So we all know this part, right? We fucking show up at school, just like last time. And here we are. Good grief. My voice is shot. I've been eating too many Tootsie Rolls. Okay, anyway. This is a school for delinquents. And we meet Josuke. I don't know who the fuck did the art on the title screen, but it's completely different from the art in the game, and I don't know why. Yeah, whatever. And PML makes another JoJo stream. Yeah, seriously. That's one thing that the dub will always lose out on. The hilarious English. Like, I seen the English dub of the video game episodes, and just like, you know, just fucking Jaguars and shit, you know? I need that in my life. Best fight in part 3 was against Darby, the poker one. That was pretty good, you know? Okay, I've got to act really hostile, okay? Because I want to find Jotaro. What's it to you? The guy gives an awkward laugh. Well, I mean, Mr. Jonathan asked me to give you a little tour. Oh yeah, I'm Josuke, by the way. What should I call you? We can't be here, Hiko. There's no Rohan in this game. Anyway, call him a punk-ass bitch. My name... Actually, since I'm trying to get with Jotaro in this game, I feel like I should make my name more intense than just Violet. Okay? Perfect. What's my stand? My stand is called Aqua, because that's my favorite band. I'm gonna go with it, you know? Well, Violent, let's get going, shall we? What do you mean, hold on? Do you have something better? Yeah! Everybody knows that Violent is the male form of Violet. We've done this before. What do you mean, no? What would you prefer? Don't at me, okay? I know what I'm fucking talking about. So rude. That's exactly what you were thinking. Okay, good. We've established this. Let's go. Josuke shows me around. Kids are milling around the hallways and filtering to classrooms, paying us little mind. Everything actually looks pretty ordinary. Huh? Nothing. It's just this place might actually be a little nicer than the school I used to go to. I don't like when your brain and I sync. It's weird. Oh well. I mean, I'm just a little bit psychic. Well, you know what they say. Don't judge a book by its asshole alert. Wait, what? Oh fuck, music change. Yeah, whatever. We've already seen this scene. Yeah. Get out of my head. No, I'm in there. I can't be stopped. Stuff there you're not ready to witness? Oh my god. Whatever. You and your weird hentai. Shouldn't you be in class? Nah. Ugh, fuck's sake. This fucking sweater is bugging the hell out of me. Hello, Neo. Josuke scoffs. What do you mean, nah? Class isn't optional. It is when you have bigger fish to fry. I've been quietly watching the exchange the whole time, but now the guy's eyes fall on me. Finish Josuke wrote? Yeah, that's on the archive. Yeah, okay, whatever. Did you just call me a fish? Joseph grins before giving me a lazy wink. Well, if you're a fish, then I'll be the water. Gross. What the hell is that even supposed to mean? Interpret it as you will. Wait, so are you the person frying the fish, or are you the water? Both. Josuke rolls his eyes and rests his hand on his cocked hip. Stop harassing the new kid and just tell us what you want. Joseph straightens up and finally gets to the heart of the matter. Have you seen Caesar around? The bell rings, signaling that class is starting. The last few stragglers in the hallway disappear into different doors, leaving the three of us alone. Joseph doesn't seem perturbed in the slightest. Dinosaurchestra? Wow. Yeah, Lemon Demon does make great music. Hello, Nicholas. This is the JoJo dating sim. Don't tell me you've never heard of the JoJo dating sim. No, but like seriously, imagine if there was like an official JoJo dating sim, like with actual art by Araki. That would be fucking amazing. And also batshit insane. Is there a Caesar route? I don't think so. I think it's just the main four. Just cutting class and shit, whatever. We gotta get going, fish guy. Fish? Ha, well I guess I had that one coming. Gives Josuke one last pat on the back for good measure before giving us a cheery goodbye. What about the Danganronpa dating sim though? I mean, that's just school mode. And I did that. I did the love hotel scenes. That's also on the archive. Would I ever play Drawful again? I don't know, maybe in the future. If I've got nothing else going on. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna be live streaming Pokemon. So y'all can look forward to that. Also, I hear there's gonna be a direct on the 13th. I'm also live streaming that. Keep an eye out for it. School mode is weak. That's true facts. But is there like an actual Danganronpa dating sim? As he leaves, he calls back. If you see Caesar, tell him to meet me by the fountain, or he automatically loses the race. The race? But his question is only heard by me, because Joseph is jogging merrily down the hall and turning the corner. Well, that guy is annoying. He can be pretty overbearing at first, but it doesn't mean any harm. Joseph's a pretty cool guy once you get to know him, if you say so. He seemed like a pest to me, but I'm not going to push the issue. At least he's gone now. Here it is, Ultimate Showdown. Oh, that's a great song. I think The Machine is, I think it's called The Machine, is like one of my more favorite songs. Also, what is it? The Satyrus Love Song? Something like that. That one's pretty good. Puzzle stream when I can afford a detached webcam. So probably never, because I never just have it in me to buy one. He sucks in a deep breath and lets his cheeks puff out before exhaling it. So anyway, let's get back to that tour. Josuke is really talkative, giving me people to watch out for, pointers on how to fit in, and other odds and ends of information. He's quick to laugh and has a certain charm that makes me feel at ease. Hello, Bayou. And Vulcan. Well, that's our humble little school. I guess it's time to get to class now. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't Josuke's route, so. There's a JoJo dating sim. Yeah, man. There's anything if you look on itch.io. Honestly, I don't know how you actually pronounce it. Is it like itch.io or is it just like itch.io? How do you say that? Alright, see you later, Death. Everyone looks at us when we enter the room. As to be expected, the teacher, Mr. Jonathan, stops writing on the board and gives us both a sunny smile. So, yeah, his last name is just Jonathan in this, huh? Because, like, the conceit is that they're not all related, I guess? Bizarre. Also, he and Josuke are clearly in two different art styles, but whatever. Oh, wait, Josuke, the only way to defeat the enemy is if we suddenly started making out. Crazy, huh? There you are. I was starting to wonder if you two had gotten lost. He looks to me and smiles even brighter. Wow, if he keeps this up, I'm gonna go blind. You must be violent. Oh, I am. It's great to meet you. You're looking for good dating sims, but they're either intentionally bad or porn. Well, I couldn't tell you which ones to look for. The only ones I play are otome games. Sup? I can see his smile slip slightly, but he seems to take it in stride. He's probably used to informal speech from students, after all. Did Josuke give you a good tour? I hope he wasn't too troublesome. We only did a handful of petty crimes, nothing federal, rest assured. Jonathan shakes his head and Josuke laughs before heading towards his seat. Oh man, I fucking forgot about that hot pink bookshelf over there. Would you introduce yourself to the class, Violent? I'd very much like to not do it, but I know it's a rhetorical question. I think watching normal dating sims would be as fun because the enjoyment of dating sims seems to come from living vicariously through the protag. Yeah. I mean, when I played normal dating sims on a Dating Sim Sunday, it wasn't all that interesting. I turned to the class. So, I'm violent. I'm ready to get this year over with. And, that's it, I guess. The class looks underwhelmed at my intro, but I guess it's to be expected. Josuke gives me a small thumbs up anyway. Thank you for that introduction, Violent. Jonathan claps his hands together. We've got a few seats available. Choose whichever one you want. Okay. I'm not doing Josuke's route. And if I sit near the front, I'm pretty sure that's Jonathan's route. I don't know what sitting at the back would get me. I feel like I want to be a protagonist and sit by the window. Why are these characters hot? Because they're fucking JoJo's. Seriously. Asking why a JoJo is hot. Like, is that even a question? The classroom is already mostly full, but score, there's a couple of window seats still open. I make a beeline for one before anyone else can snag it. Nothing like having a constant distraction beside me from the very first day of class. Alright, settle down. I get comfortable as Mr. Jonathan calls roll and sets into the lesson of the day. The view out of the window is great. I can see some of the grounds and pretty much all of the courtyard with the fountain. It's empty. Not really a surprise since everyone is in class. Oh, okay, shit. I might have accidentally walked into Joseph's route. That's the guy from earlier. Even with the distance between us, I can spot him easily. After all, he's gotta be like 6'13" and built like a linebacker. He's huddling on the far side of the fountain from me with some blonde guy who's almost as huge as he is. Oh my god, are they fighting? Are we gonna see some Haman fighting here? Are they? No, they've got a turtle, and now I'm even more confused. A little distracted? I almost fell out of my seat as I realized everyone in the class is looking at me. And also because I was leaning halfway out the window trying to see what those guys were doing. Oh god. What is this? It's the JoJo dating sim. I'm fine. Not cool. I hunker down in my seat like that'll make it so nobody can see how embarrassed I am. It's a delinquent school. Why does it even matter if I'm paying attention? Mr. Jonathan is just giving me an exasperated smile and going back to the lesson, like he's a cool uncle instead of a teacher in charge of straightening out a bunch of goof-offs. Maybe I should at least try to stay focused. No offense to Mr. Jonathan, but I've never been able to pay attention long enough to listen to a lecture. It's only about 5 minutes before my pencil is just scribbling in the margin of my notebook instead of taking notes, while my brain tries to figure out how buff Mr. Jonathan is under his stuffy teacher clothes. Nice. The verdict, ripped enough to make those guys at the fountain look like pipsqueaks. Damn. Take that, Joseph. I should have chosen the seat at the back of the room. I didn't want to get railroaded into Joseph's route. What happened with them anyway? I casually look over at the window to scan the courtyard, but they're gone. Guess they're done with their turtle business. I settle back into my seat and pick up my pencil again. Maybe I can at least make it seem like I'm a good student. Sorry I'm late, I was busy winning a bet. All heads turn in the direction of the classroom door. Standing there with the smuggest grin I've ever seen is Joseph. It's nice to see that you finally decided to join us. Sass from the teacher, ooh. But he's got a patient smile on. What a big old teddy bear. Good to know we can get away with stuff. That lets me know this is gonna be great. Oh my god, dude. Seriously, I played through an entire route of this game and I didn't see Jotaro once. I got the picture for the thumbnail by fucking extracting the files from the game and looking through the images for him. It's ridiculous. Joseph's face is weird. Yeah, the art style's a little bit off. They're doing their best. Of course, what else am I gonna do around here? Joseph laughs and saunters through the rows of occupied desks and chairs toward me. As he comes closer to me, I'm struck again by just how big he is. Wait, why is he coming over here? All of a sudden, I remember the empty seat behind me, and Joseph tosses himself into it like he owns it. No need to stop just because I'm here. Go back to doing your teacher thing. They're so shiny. Yeah, it's weird. Even though I can't see him, I can hear the goofy smile on his face. Mr. Jonathan looks like he's about this close to rolling his eyes so hard he falls over, but instead he just turns back to the chalkboard and goes back to the lesson. I feel like I just got railroaded into Joseph's route without meaning to. Damn it. You know what? Can I go back? Fuck, I can't go back. God damn it. It stops just before then. I'm not okay with this. Fine. Holding back on impulses is for chumps. I turn around in my seat to size Joseph up. Congrats on winning your bet. Joseph grins and gives me a thumbs up. Thanks. It was just for vending machine snacks, but it's always fun to kick Caesar's butt at something. Ah, so the blonde guy was Caesar. I'd guessed it as much, but now it's confirmed. What were you doing with the turtle? Oh, you saw that? We were racing them. They like water, right? So we brought them to the fountain after so they wouldn't shrivel up or anything. Huh, I didn't know that. Cool. I never even really thought twice about turtles before, but Joseph is smiling like a goof, and it's contagious enough that my face hurts. I turn back around before Mr. Jonathan can catch me not keeping up the good student facade. I even start to take notes again. But then there's a thump on the back of my chair and I straighten up. I can feel something digging into my back, and the person sitting next to me looks over with sympathy in their eyes. I turn my head just enough to see Joseph's feet up on the back of my chair, the soles of his feet right in my face. What the crap, man? It's only my first day. Then again, should I really have expected anything else from a school for delinquents? Joseph is the only one that belongs here. Yeah, can you not? God damn it. Guys. Listen, I've made a mistake, and I've been thrown into Joseph's route against my will. Should I start the game over and try to go for Jotaro's, or should I continue where we are? Tie the shoes. Fine. Jesus. I wait until Mr. Jonathan is turned towards the board, then turn around enough to look Joseph straight in the eye and pull one of his shoelaces undone. He blinks at me, then a grin spreads across his face as he just watched me pull the other one loose. Ugh. By the time I'm done tying them together, and the worst knot I can think of, he's trying to stifle laughs behind his head. I toss him a chef's kiss and then turn back to my notebook, grinning like an idiot. My seat shakes as he tries to undo the knot, and after a minute his shoes are back on the floor so he can struggle with it some more. But he's still snickering to himself, so I pat myself on the back on a job well done. You know what? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save that route. And I'm gonna start over and go for Jotaro, okay? Because, like, come on, he's right fucking there. What am I here for? Skip. Never get who you want in real life. Bullshit. Anyway. You're leaving? Alright, bye, Jackson. Anyway. Skip. Reality is disappointing, that's why we have video games. Anyway. Back of the fucking class. Any student would agree that the back of the class is the sweet spot of seats, so my choice is a no-brainer. I hike my backpack on my shoulder and make a beeline to the back of the room. As I situate myself, Mr. Jonathan launches back into his lesson. Within minutes, I fell back into the normal school routine of taking notes and zoning out. Seems that school is the same anywhere you go, really. When the class ends, Josuke is the first to grab his bag and leave. I shrug to myself and grab my own bag. Violent, would you mind staying back for a minute or two? Why is he blushing? Why is he blushing? Did I seriously just get in the wrong route again? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. Back it up. Back it up. Are you serious? Again, another request that I have to fulfill even if I don't want to. Teachers have too much power. Yeah, why is he blushing? Like, what the fuck? Bad vibes. Sure. I hang back as the class filters out. When the last student leaves, I'm completely alone with Mr. Jonathan. Yeah, bad vibes. Please stop blushing at me. I can't help but notice again how frickin' big he is. Please stop saying it like that. He could break me like a damn toothpick if he wanted to. No! But when he smiles like that, I can't imagine him hurting a fly. I'm fucking concerned. How was your first day? Is this really what he wanted to talk to me about? Huh, that's kind of sweet, actually. School. Oh, before I forget, he goes to his desk and grabs a neatly stapled packet of papers. You live close to one of your fellow classmates. He holds the papers out to me. He didn't come to class today, so I thought you could drop these off on your way home. Be a great way for you to meet the last of our little class. Is that why Jotaro wasn't in the last route? He's fucking at home? You gotta be kidding me. Mimo when she's left alone with Professor Joestar. It's Professor Jonathan, or Mr. Jonathan. That's a fucking classic, thank you. Anyway, I take the pack from him and look over the first page. It was stuff we went over in class today. Sure, that shouldn't be a problem. Jonathan smiles at me. Thank you, Violent. He leans forward a little bit. And thank you for joining our class. I know things are a little bit different at Uniq. Is that supposed to be a pun for something that I'm not getting? But I know you're gonna do great. I leave quickly, a light blush creeping to my cheeks. Oh no, the pink house again, in daylight. Oh, it's even worse somehow in this lighting. The backgrounds in this are so bad. Like, I almost wish they had used, like, those, like, weird royalty-free backgrounds you can just find on the internet somewhere, and it would have been better. Oh my god. MS Paint-looking house. Yeah, ask the smart kid how he keeps himself under control. The smart kid. Might look like I have anything under control, but I guarantee you I want to fucking die. Windows XP background. With the packet of homework Mr. Jonathan gave me, I follow the directions to this Jotaro's house. Hey, we're gonna see him! He lives on the same street as me, so this shouldn't take long. As I look for the house number scribbled on the post-it note, my gut clenches in anxiety. What I've heard about Jotaro comes to mind and I gulp. What? We didn't hear fucking anything about Jotaro. What are you talking about? He can't be that bad. I'm sure what I was told was just an exaggeration or something. Sure, he seems to have a reputation at a school made for delinquent punks, but how bad can it be? I mean, I go to that school, and it's not like I deserve... Oh. I found it. It's only a handful of houses away from mine. I double-check the house number to make sure it's correct before stepping up to the front door. Letting out a deep breath, I press the doorbell. We're gonna see Holly? Come on. Where's Holly? It's quiet. I can't hear any footsteps from the inside, or at least a voice reassuring me someone is on their way to answer. I ring the doorbell again. Jotaro fucking opens the door and tells me to fuck off, bitch. That sounds like something he'd do. If you heard nothing, that means he leaves no survivors. Holly Cacuan intensifies. I don't know if he's in this game. Like, we haven't seen him either. It's still quiet. Maybe nobody is home? I lean back and check the driveway. But as I do so, the door clicks as if being unlocked. I stand up straight to greet whoever answered and find myself face to face with the broodiest mug I've ever seen. I'm sorry. That looks really bad. I know I couldn't do better, but it looks pretty bad. I'm sorry. It doesn't look good. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. It's like bad Photoshop. Oh my god, okay. Let's just get through this. His neck is twisted. Oh my god. My words fail me. Same. They got his hair right, though. You know, his hat hair. Is this Jotaro? Is this tall, beefy mofo that's staring at me as if hoping I evaporate where I stand? Oh my god. I opened my mouth to speak, but I don't know where to begin. Same. It looks like those stereotypical snob rich guys in cartoons. Oh, what should I say? What should I say? Oh my god. I don't want to, like, seem too fucking hostile here. Just, Yeah, you're right. Like, the house, like, the background was like a fucking suburb. And he's, like, living in a Japanese-style house. I think the second option is great. No. I'm just gonna go with this. Good evening. I'm your classmate. My name is Violent, and Mr. Jonathan asked me to drop these off for you since I only live down the street from here. I offer him the packet of schoolwork, keeping my eyes on the printed text. Jotaro doesn't say anything, and I gulp. I inch the homework forward a tiny bit, hoping he'd just take the damn thing. Before too much of an awkward moment passes, he grabs it. Thanks. I look up in time to catch him nod at me in appreciation. That was really all I needed to do. Guess I can just excuse myself and go home, but you are Jotaro, right? He looks back at me as if to confirm. It really is nice to meet you, Jotaro. I'll see you... He shuts the door on my face without a word. Oh, that didn't go well. At least we don't have to look at that anymore. Around. I scoff under my breath. Asshole. But that only means my little task is done. I turn around to leave the property and head straight to my house to conclude the day. Ugh. Where the hell's the snooze button? There it is. Alright, I'm up. I sit up tiredly and look at my clock. The glowing numbers tell me it's still pretty early. I'd set it early with the intentions of getting to school before everyone else and maybe talking with Mr. Jonathan a bit more. But now that it's actually time to put effort into the idea, I'm not so sure. Oh no, am I accidentally in Mr. Jonathan's route? I don't want to do that now. Man. Oh, my face still hurts from laughing at that photo. That snooze button is looking like a damn temptress. Hit snooze, it's what Jotaro would do. I cave into my sleepy dreams and smack the snooze button. Ah, my bed's so toasty. The morning started as per usual. I got dressed, ate breakfast, and was out the door with time to spare. Time for my second day at Unique Academy. They spelt Unique wrong. It's a word that they made up and they fucking spelt it wrong. I considered picking up the pace to avoid the inevitable crowd at the school gates, but then I find myself standing in front of Jotaro's house. My eyes go to the front door, to the curtained windows, and out toward the street leading to school. I took a contemplative breath while thinking back to our interaction the day before. He definitely thinks I'm weird. I could make up for it and invite him to walk to school. But would he even go? I was told he frequently ditches. What if he's not even home? I shift on my feet, urging myself to make a decision. I feel like Jotaro is gonna be... It means beef. Great. Okay. So, Jotaro is probably gonna be, like, a really problematic route, because, like, every girl that acts interested in him, he immediately calls a bitch, and, like... But if I act like a total tsundere, he's not gonna, like, be interested in me either, so, like, I don't I don't really know where to go with that. I'm gonna do myself a favor and save. Just dress up as a dolphin. My god. I just don't know. Like, Jotaro is such an internal character that it's really hard to get a grasp on what he even likes besides dolphins. All we know about Jotaro's wife is that she's Italian. We don't even know her fucking name, do we? It's ridiculous. What if I leave him be? It doesn't really matter, does it? It's not like I owe him anything. There's no dang reason why I need to try so hard around him. I turn away from the house and continue to walk to school by myself. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It didn't even take more than 10 steps when I heard the banging of a door closing behind me and the voice of a younger kid calling out to someone. You're gonna get in trouble if you skip too many days, stupid. Make sure you go sometime this week. What? Is that fucking Jolene? What? I didn't even know girls went to this school. I turn around, curiosity getting the better of me, and see some girl wearing the local middle school's uniform leaving Jotaro's house. Is that bootleg Jolene? Yeah, dude. Her hair styled into twin buns with her bangs dyed pink. They have a middle school for delinquents too? The expression on her face reminds me of Jotaro's, an edgy broodiness but with a girlish twist. Are you telling me that she's supposed to be his sister in this universe? Because holy shit. Aren't I female? I'm pretty sure the player character in this is gender neutral. They never say it specifically. So I don't fucking know. A sister? Or daughter? No shit, dude. The latter wasn't entirely impossible. I keep walking to avoid coming across as suspicious, and she passes me in no time. As unlikely as it seems, I wonder if I'll learn the whole story behind this girl and Jotaro. Probably not. Hirokuyasu? Maybe. The next morning I start my walk to school. Sure, it's been taking some adjusting to this place, but I can say that I like it. I muse over the past few days when I reach Jotaro's house. My steps start to falter when someone comes out the front door. It's the same middle schooler I saw last time. Her twin buns were wrapped tight on top of her head, and below those dyed bangs a scowl reminiscent of Jotaro's. Yeah, fuck it, I'll say hi. I would want to say hi to Jolene, are you kidding me? I think Jolene knows how to party. Good morning. I call out to her and she stops to look back at me. Her eyes are as piercing as Jotaro's and it rips a nervous smile out of me. Hey. She continues walking. I'm losing her. I quicken my pace to walk beside her. Are you, well, a relative of Jotaro's? Quick and straight to the point. What could go wrong? She glances at me almost accusingly. Ah, shit, I fucked up. You're not even gonna ask for my name first, and you're just dishing out all these questions about my personal life? Well, damn. I look back at her with a non-existent comeback stuck in my throat. Relax. She's just a kid. Gotta set an example for the future generation. My bad. You're right. I'm violent. And you are? Jolene. I catch the satisfied smirk she tries to hide. It's nice to meet you, Jolene. She shrugs and keeps her eyes on the sidewalk we share. I guess. We both fall quiet next, just the sound of our shoes against the pavement filling the chilly morning air. Chilly morning air. I got that backwards. Poochie screwed the universe too much. That's what Zahando does. It takes you to a dating sim universe. No! She'll probably trip over a pothole and drive for plot convenience. Well, that would make it a plot hole then. This certainly wasn't how I planned my morning to go. If anything, I expected to be walking alone and anticipating the wild shit that will inevitably go down once I arrive at Gunicue. Okay, so does anybody fucking know how to spell Gunicue with any consistency? Because before they spelled it with 2 U's. Wasn't there something you wanted to ask me? Oh yeah, I looked at Jolene with somewhat of a smile. Gotta set that example. Right, I just wanted to know if you were a relative of Jotaro's. I noticed you came out of his house. I'm his sister. Oh. Oh? He has a sister? Talk about unexpected. It's not like that never happens to anyone. Right. It's just weird. I mean, considering Jotaro. You're weird. That's fair. Sure, you shouldn't generalize, but damn, kids these days. I probably shouldn't even be talking. I don't really know him. So, you're not one of his friends? Nah. Does he even have any friends? Julian is quiet for a moment. You know, I'm not really sure. Aw, so Kakyoin doesn't exist. No. You're his own sister and you don't know if he has friends? I shake my head and tisk my tongue. The girl huffed defensively. It's not like I know everything about him. He always keeps to himself. What do you know, then? He has this hat. The hat. A hat. He's always wearing it. Wouldn't be surprised if he was born with the ugly thing fused to his skull. Now that I think about it, he was wearing a hat the times I saw him. That's weird. I only nod in response. As we round the corner, we reach the intersection that branches out our path. Jolene was due to turn left to reach the middle school while I need to turn right. Guess I'll see you around, weirdo. Maybe I can date Jolene instead, you know? She's probably too young for me. Kakyoin is hunting for them mills. He's not going to waste time in this game. I force a smile and wave her off, then continue my walk to the academy. I walk past the school gates among fellow students and head for the building to get to class. Another day, another bizarre adventure. Title drop. The walk home is quiet and peaceful. It's a nice change of scenery to get away from the chaos of Unikyu. I turn the street corner to enter my neighborhood, and that's when I see her. Jotaro's sister. Shit. What was her name? I stare at the back of her head as if trying to channel my hidden and unknown psychic abilities. Nothing. Really? You don't know? Come on. It's fucking Jolene. We been this. We been new, bro. But that's when I see it. The name tag on her bag. I quicken my step to get a bit closer so I can read. Jolene Kujo. She turns around. Oh shit. Hey. Jolene, right? She gives me a quizzical look before nodding. You were the one who gave my brother that homework, right? I recognize you from when you dropped it off. She saw me? Jolene turns to keep walking and motions for me to follow. I almost trip over my own feet to catch up to her. Well, yeah, I was. Is he done with it? Yeah, actually. You need it back? You can come by right now and pick it up. Sure, I'll turn it in for him. He's done with the whole thing? Yeah, I know he probably doesn't seem like it, but he's pretty good at school. He just hates going to class. If only I could say the same. I hate going to class and I'm bad at school. Relatable. We approach the front door of the Kujo house and Jolene reaches into her bag for her house keys. My brother is home, but he's probably asleep, so just hang out in the living room and I'll get him for you. Right. Learned all the essentials from watching Columbo. I step in after her, my heart having the audacity to skip a beat. What's the big deal? I'm just here to pick up some homework. Sorry about the mess, we're both not the tidiest of people. Okay, so Holly clearly doesn't exist in this universe because all she did was clean. No mom? I probably shouldn't ask. She gestures down the hallway. Jotaro's room is this way. Follow me. Oh my god, the hats! He's got the hats! Oh, good lord, the hats. Okay. Oh, he's got walk like an Egyptian on the wall. Oh my god. Wait a minute, are the curtains like the pattern of Jolene's outfit? No fucking way. Oh my god. The part 6 coat. Oh my god. This is the AU where he failed to kill Dio and Holly died. Oh my god, can you imagine? Oh, this is great. Just fantastic. She opens his bedroom door without knocking or anything. Part of me has a little heart attack. He's a teenage boy after all. Oh, he's not here. Oh, he's not here. Yeah, I see that. Hang tight for a sec. He's probably outside. She leaves me standing in the doorway of Jotaro's room. Well, I gotta say, I'm a little shocked by the stuff I'm seeing. It seems so normal. I pause for a moment to take it in. Everything is blue, and for some reason it makes sense. There's a rack of hats hanging over his bed, and I can't hold back the smile that finds its way onto my face. I've only ever seen him wearing one of them, but somehow it makes sense he'd have a whole collection. This is fantastic. I can see a lot of books he owns that have to do with the ocean. Like, you know, it is so fucking random that, like, Jotaro became a marine biologist. My face is covering the hats. No! Fuck. Hold on. Look at that. It's such a great detail. And my face was in front of it the whole time. Ah. Too bad. Bye, hats. The upper left-hand corner is my home. I keep forgetting that my face is in the way. My bad. Huh. Guess that's his thing? Once again, another unexpected thing about this guy that's throwing me for a loop. I sigh, accepting the fact that I probably have this guy pegged all wrong. Of course, I've only met Jotaro once, and for a brief time to boot, but I certainly wouldn't have guessed his room to look like this. I tentatively sit on the edge of his bed as I look around, not daring to touch anything. Oh, you know what? I gotta say I can't relate. Even I would feel too awkward to, like, sit down on his bed. I would just, like, stand there and look really weird. I feel incredibly out of place. I just keep thinking back to Jotaro's scowl. Is he going to be mad that I'm here? My question is answered almost immediately as the bedroom door opens. I hop up from the bed, my chest tightening in panic. What the hell are you... Homework. Your sister said you were done with it. He steps closer to me, and that's when I can smell the cigarette smoke clinging to him. Ah, that's right. I forgot he smokes. No. Yeah, you don't sit down in someone's bed uninvited. That's like... It's rude, and it brings unfortunate implications, you know? Don't want to do with that. I am. You need it? Well, I can turn it in for you if you're not going to come to class anytime soon. I offer a smile, insisting I don't mean any harm. He seems to understand where I'm coming from. But before we can say anything else, Jolene pops into the doorway. I can't find him. Oh, there you are. You shouldn't let strangers into the house. Whatever, just hand over your homework. I have my own to do. She makes a face and grabs her bag before going back into the hallway. Also, you stink. Take a shower. Owned. Her voice echoes through the hall, and I try to hold in a laugh. She's not wrong. I look back to Jotaro expectantly. I'd be more than happy to get out of your way, buddy. Let's just try to figure out this homework situation. He seems to read my mind. Jotaro moves on from the shelf to his desk, a look on his face telling me he's irritated. Sorry, my guy. I know this is something most of us would consider a waste of time. I try to keep my stare off him and on the floor, lest I catch his gaze and he finds me even weirder for watching him. But the silence is heavy. I mean, I feel ya. Hold on. This music is really weird. Remember in the 90s when Araki met with a JoJo fan and she confessed she has a fantasy where Jotaro is an abusive husband? I remember that! Wasn't she also like a mangaka for some other series? Or like some voice actress? I can't remember. Araki had this pain-forced smile the entire time. I remember that. I saw that Tumblr post. I don't remember what it specifically was, though. I twiddle my thumbs and rock on my heels. The house is quiet, save for faint music coming from what I can only guess is Jolene's room. Make some light conversation. This guy doesn't talk. I'ma keep my mouth shut. I shrug off my impulse to say anything. No telling how I can get myself into some deep shit in this situation. I can't even bring myself to let my eyes wander. Jotaro continues to search, and I only let my weight shift from one foot to the other. She had this fantasy where he goes good grief and spits in her face. Oh, man. I'm kink shaming. The silence is oddly comfortable, but maybe this is what they call the quiet before the storm. Any second now, Jotaro is going to put me down for interrupting his daily life. Shit. I look up and see him inspecting a fingertip. Paper cut? I'm unable to stop myself from speaking, and I regret it immediately. But Jotaro only nods. Yeah. He doesn't even look at me and keeps searching. Here it is. He holds up the packet of homework and steps up to me. The first paper has some worn edges, but it's all filled out. I take it and flip through it to double check its completion. Thanks. I'll hand it in to Mr. Jonathan right away. Hey! It's cursed Jotaro! Seriously, Jotaro smiling and blushing? That's cursed as fuck, right? You ain't ever gonna see that in the anime. As soon as he says it, he heads out into the hallway, leaving me alone in his room again. Huh. Okay then, I wait for a few seconds, but he doesn't come back. What am I supposed to do now? I wait for a bit before heading back out into the hallway. He's not out here either. Alright then, my feet carry me into the nearby wall with pictures hanging off it. I lean closer to get a better look. There's a younger Jolene with the same kind of hairstyle. A younger Jotaro who's smiling? I know, right? Show the photo. Show the photo. He smiles like twice in part 3. Yeah, and the first time he does it, it's cursed as hell, because, like, it's when he's laughing when the sun... And I'm just like, Jotaro laughing is the most cursed goddamn thing. It's kind of hard to imagine now. I scoff at the thought. Still, I don't think I'd pass up on the opportunity to see that. It'd be comparable to witnessing a cryptid with my own 2 eyes. But I'm sure no one would believe me. Hell, I don't think anyone would believe me if I told them that I somewhat befriended his kid sister, actually went into Jotaro's room and poked around for the sake of my own curiosity. I pause and momentarily consider just leaving. Jotaro seems like the type who would wring my neck if he caught me snooping around his house. But at the same time, it's not like I know the guy enough to say that for sure. I shrug to myself and move on to the next thing that caught my eye, and the next thing, until I end up finding the kitchen. I only poke my head in briefly, taking note of the fruit basket on the counter. Okay? I'd be lying if I said family portraits and unripe fruit was exactly what I was hoping to find while traipsing around Jotaro's house unattended. I look at the doors in the hallway. To my left, the door has a gaudy sign hanging on it. Jolene was painted in bright colors on the sign, and I can hear music from underneath the door. The other door, Jotaro's door, also has a sign. I tiptoe closer until I can read what's on the placard and almost laugh. Jotaro's name is painted on this one. Why isn't there any background for this? Why am I just looking at a black screen? It's less embellished as Jolene's, and for a moment I consider the possibility that maybe she was the one who made it for him. Probably when she was even younger. It doesn't seem like she'd do anything like that now. I make my way deeper into the hallway where another door awaits. This one has no decoration, but I can hear the sound of running water from the other side. That's gotta be the bathroom. No! He's taking a shower! Fucking run! We can't turn this into a PG-14. Or, like, we can't make this, like, R-rated. I will get demonetized, and I'm gonna get kicked off YouTube. Alright, bye, Misty. Good luck with your face mask. Wait. If Jolene is in a room doing her homework, and the two of them live alone... Oh, I guess Jotaro took Jolene's shower comment to heart. But really, though, did he just hop in the shower without saying bye to me or showing me out? I guess I can't hold it against him too much. The guy seems pretty socially challenged. With a blush burning my cheeks, I decide that it's probably time for me to leave. I make a hasty exit. Accidentally peek in scene, he goes full soon and beat you up scene, and you die from being beaten up by Jotaro scene. Alright, I'm back in the shitty MS Paint suburbs. With all said and done, I make my way home. For a brief second, I find myself wondering if Jotaro is actually going to show up to class one day. If he never does, they'll definitely expel him. And if he's expelled, well, guess I'll never really see him again. It'd be a shame, but it is what it is, right? Does that say May? I don't understand those transitions. I must post this. What is it? Jotaro Kujo attempts to enter your home ASMR roleplay. Oh, I remember that one. I mean, the Goku one is, like, legitimately feels like a nightmare I'd have. Ugh. Ugh. Part of me wants to take a note from Jotaro's delinquent book and just not go to school today. I sit up with a sigh. Time to get ready, I guess. On my way to school, I pass by Jotaro's place. I can see that the living room light is on. I bounce on my heels, debating if I should invite Jotaro to class and risk annoying him. The curtains are pulled open, so I can see a bit of movement. I peek through the window, common decency be damned, and I see... Wait, is that... Alright, fair enough. She dyed her hair again. What I see wasn't what I was expecting. Then again, I didn't know what I was expecting. Jolene is sitting on the floor with Jotaro behind her, hands in her hair as he delicately styles it. Alright. They seem to be talking, about what, hell if I know, but it seems like such a natural interaction. It brings to mind the possibility of Jotaro doing this for her every day. The thought warms my heart. It was so unlike the image of Jotaro I've held onto for so long. This rugged, secretive, bitch-faced delinquent carefully styling the hair of his little sister. It's a little bit cursed. Just a little bit. I like Jolene's outfit, though. That's a cool looking shirt. I wonder if he was the one who dyed her hair for her too, or at least took her to the salon and paid for it to get done. I realize that out of the other times I've seen them together, this moment is when they seem the most close. But maybe they're always this close. Or this is one thing they can do together out of all the other interests or hobbies. Not that styling hair fits Jotaro, because it really doesn't. I mean, he has to style his hair so that it fits with his hat. Oh yeah, he's not wearing the hat. Or the jacket, you know? Like... I really feel like Araki was kind of like cheating us out of a lot of stuff by like... Jotaro never fucking took that coat off the entire time of part 3, and I feel a little bit cheated because of it, you know? Because that dude's fucking jacked. But seeing that as something he probably picked up to do for Jolene definitely sheds some new light on the guy. I finally back up, not wanting to get caught, and go to the front door. I'm smiling, and I can't stop it, but I press the doorbell anyway. For a moment, I wonder who's going to answer. But before I can put... What the fuck? Come on! They didn't even... Okay, whoever did the sprite art and whoever did the CGs were clearly on a different fucking wavelength here. It's not even that hard, just like fucking change the color of her hair. You use the bucket tool, come on. But before I can put any more thought into that question, the door is open and Jolene is standing in the doorway. I'm about to greet her when I notice the one hair bun on her head. The rest of her hair is down, unstyled. No, the fuck it isn't. Come on. You were dyeing hair takes milliseconds? Ah, gee, I could have waited a bit for Jotaro to finish up her hair. Jotaro, your friend is here. She hollers out before I can say anything to her and disappears back inside. Don't worry, I'll do the rest myself. I hear her talk to her brother from inside, and soon I'm looking up at Jotaro Kujo himself. No! Not again! Stop showing the CG, it's not good! Like, it's one thing to just fucking show it once and be done with it, but you fucking twice. This game, of course this game is free, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Dude, seriously. I just fucking can't, bro. Okay, continue. Jotaro looks at me. Any hint of softness I saw minutes before had turned hard and sharp. Guess I can't really expect much else from the guy. What are you doing here? School. I'm smiling too much, making it obvious I found out some kind of secret. Well, I was just wondering if you were gonna come today. He doesn't react as first, but he might as well have scoffed or rolled his eyes. Dunno. Well, it's not a hard no. Maybe there's hope. So if you do go, it'll probably just be on a whim. Probably. Such a man of little words. Such a tsundere little bitch. Then again, I suppose I should be grateful for the handful he's given me so far. Well, I guess I'll just go. I was gonna ask if you wanted to walk there together. I start to fidget on my feet. Being stuck under his gaze always seems to be daunting considering he's so hard to read. But he says nothing, as if expecting me to continue. But if you haven't made up your mind, I'll just go. Don't want to be late. I force a laugh that sounds more pain than anything, and with a quick nod, I'm turning on my heel and leaving the property. I continue down the sidewalk, processing what just happened. Seriously. This is why I could never really, like, I get it, like, I get being into, like, the other JoJos, but Jotaro was, like, the one I could never really get into, like, as a guy you'd be into, because I can't fucking read him at all. Like, just the fact that he became a marine biologist and it was completely unprecedented, like, that kind of, like, explains, like, how I feel about him. I know fucking nothing about him. It's a no-brainer that I don't know much about the guy, and what I witnessed only proves that further. Jotaro has only ever been pretty evasive. He always seems to want to be alone. He never says much of anything. God, why do I even care? But honestly, I can't help it. At this point, I'm pretty invested. To think this all started from dropping off that guy's homework. Oh shit, what about my homework? I know I finished it last night, but did I put it all in my bag before I left? Oh fuck, no, I forgot my homework! I walk into class as ready as ever to take on the day, but a new sight pulls my attention towards the back of the class. Hey! He came to school! Jotaro sitting in his assigned spot, feet propped up on top of the desk and hat pulled over his eyes. Is he asleep? And more importantly, is that really him? Here? At school? As I approach my own desk, I get closer to him. There's no way this is some imposter. Who can mistake the edge of that jawline? I pull my chair out and sit down, my eyes still stuck to Jotaro. It's weird seeing him at school. Every time before this, I've only ever seen him at his house. Greet him or leave him alone. Well, I will let this decision stew for a moment because I gotta go get more talking juice. It's made of H2O. That's what I get for filling up the pitcher just before I start the stream. I know PMO is probably high. I haven't had any, like, edibles or anything like that in months, literal months. There's just really no benefit for me. How is it in these fictional universes the delinquents never show up to school? My school, you go like 6 days anymore and you had to go to summer school. Leave him alone or you're gonna die. I don't believe you. Greet him. I clear my throat to announce my presence. Good morning, Jotaro. It's nice to see you here for once. Jotaro doesn't say anything but tugs the bill of his hat further down his face. I can't help but see it as his own kind of greeting. PML admits to do edibles. Bro, it's fucking legal here. It's not like the government's gonna stop me. Like, I've admitted to smoking a joint in a review before. The joint didn't do much for me, to be honest. Just smelled real bad. Nurse don't do drugs. Yeah, why does the skull explode, though? I don't understand. Anyway. Today, I'll be matching you all up with a partner. Miss Arena? Implying you watch my videos. Fine, whatever. Despite Miss Arena's sweet smile, everyone around me groans. Group work never has any fans, does it? Trust me, you'll all want a partner for this project. Her smiling is unwavering as she refers to one of the objects on her desk. This is literally every JoJo character, yeah. We still haven't seen Kakyoin. And you know, I really thought Jotaro's route would involve more interactions with Principal Dio, you know? It's a sack of flour? No! No, is it the fucking baby thing that they do in all those American shows? What the fuck is the deal with that? I never had to do that in high school, where like you have to take like an egg or a bag of flour and pretend it's like a baby or something. What the fuck is the deal with that shit? No! Why is this a thing? Is this seriously a thing that people have to do in school? This never fucking happened at my high school. What the hell? I don't think it's something real. Okay. I feel like it's just like a convenient plot point to get two characters to like spend more time together. Here it's for early childhood, which is an elective. Yeah. Like, seriously. Like, I get the idea of teaching teens that being a parent sucks so they don't get pregnant, but, like, it's terrible. You and a partner will be taking on the role of parents. Your assignment is to simply take care of a baby. In other words, a tender sack of flour. You know, I could just get, like, if something happens to the sack of flour, I could just get a new sack of flour. She picks up the flour and cradles it in her arms as if it were an actual baby. Some students laugh, already deciding this project will be no sweat. The atmosphere also lightens up, with most of us thinking it'll be pretty fun. Who the fuck would think that? Being a parent is terrible. Remembering the point in the early mid-2000s where TV sitcoms portrayed goths as the ugly alternative to cheerleaders slash preppy chicks? Yeah, seriously, like, goth chicks were always hot. Like, I don't understand what the problem was. Of course, it could be a nightmare depending on who ends up becoming your spouse. You will be spending today's class meeting with your partner, naming your child, and dressing it up. Miss Arena sets down the flower baby and looks at some paperwork on the teacher's podium. I've already divided you up into pairs, so listen closely for your names and who you'll be working with. I lean back into my chair, anticipating my fate. Whoever I get stuck with, I'm sure it won't be too bad. If it's someone who's a stickler for their grade, they're more than free to handle this project how they want. But if it's someone who couldn't care less, I can afford to step up and make sure we both pass. Violent. I lift my head to give her my attention. Oh boy. And Jotaro Kujo. Hey! What are the fucking odds? Wait, really? I look over to Jotaro and he just nods at me. If he's already dreading this project, I don't blame him. He probably definitely most likely thinks I'm strange. But it's not like we're strangers. Miss Arena finishes up reading her list of pairs and turns us loose. One of you come up and fetch your baby. I also have other materials for you to decorate with. I turn back to Jotaro, but he's already getting up and heading to the front of the class to collect what we need. I can't tell what he's picking up, but he's soon making his way to me, arms full of miscellaneous craft supplies. We're not possibly going to use all this, right? Maybe he had me in mind when he gathered them? Do I look like the crafty type? He nudges an empty seat nearby closer to me and sets the stuff down on my desk. What are we naming it? Is it just me, or does he seem a little enthusiastic about this? Okay, this is kind of cute. Let Jotaro name it. Yeah, you can choose. I'm not the best with names. Jotaro quiets for a moment to think. He's really putting some thought into it. I start to wonder if he'll give up and insist I come up with something, but then he holds up a finger. Jota. Okay. Weird. Jota? Jotaro shakes his head. Jota. Okay. Why, though? Is this a reference I don't get? Is this, like, from later on in the manga? What is it? What am I not getting? Isn't that what I said? Like your name? No. He scoffs and grabs my pencil to scribble something in my notebook. Jota. With that done, we just gotta personalize it. I grab the flour sack and set it between us. How do you want to do this? Jotaro fidgets with a roll of tape as he looks at the sack. Gameling, what is it a reference to? Who the fuck is Jota? No, not the egg, no! No, I fucking know what you're talking about. God damn it. Kaguin, did you lay this egg? No! Ah. Kaguin lays an egg and it hatches into the son of Kaguin and Jotaro. His name is Jota, and his stand mixes Kakuin and Jotaro's stands. No! I can't even fucking believe I didn't know that. It needs a face, he suggests, poking at it. Right, so some eyes, and Jotaro grabs the sack and pulls something out of his pocket. It's a cigarette. I don't try to stop him and only watch. What the hell is he doing with that thing? Jotaro tears off a piece of tape and attaches the cigarette to the flower baby. There's its mouth. He secures it with more tape and grabs one of the markers he brought over to draw a crooked smile. The cigarette is placed perfectly, as if between its lips. Dude. People like you're the reason God doesn't talk to us anymore. Oh, man. Yeah, Kakuin, did you lay this flour sack? Huh. I only look at it, stumped beyond words. I guess, yeah, that'll work. Now it just needs eyes. Jotaro gives me the marker. Your turn. I take it and tap it against my chin in thought. This kid's eyes can make or break its looks. It's not like I'm Picasso or anything, but let's see how this turns out. Scary eyes or cute eyes? I'll look at his reaction. In this kind of world, it's rewarding to be cute as hell, wouldn't you say? Jotaro just shrugs and watches me draw. Sure, kawaii-esque eyes contrast harshly with the edge of the cigarette, but it makes our kid look that much more unique. Fuck. Oh no, that fucked it up. That's really bad. That's really bad. Yeah, that is awful parenting. Yeah, only mods can post working links. Sorry. Death got grandfathered in because he protected us from Danganronpa spoilers back in the day. It's a long story. Cute, yeah? I guess. I pat the baby's head. It's okay, Jota. Of course your dad thinks you're the cutest damn thing in existence. I ignore the weird look Jotaro gives me. Come on, man, let me have fun with this. Now that the baby has a face, the both of us seem pretty satisfied, so I get up to return the rest of the materials. As I sit back down, Miss Arena speaks up. Before class ends, decide who's going to care for your child during the first week. You'll be switching parenting duty every week until the end of the project. Jota kind of looks like a thin Jotaro. What? I look to Jotaro and pat the flour sack. I'll take Jota for the first week. That okay? Jotaro nods, reaching to adjust the cigarette he taped on. Sure. This means you'll be coming back, right? At least when we have to trade off? He pauses and looks at me. It'd be a dick move to start ditching school again and make me a single parent. Let's be real. Yeah, I'll come back. Hey, he's blushing. Super cursed. Super fucking cursed. You've been abusing your power ever since? Yeah. His stand name is Charmy Green? No. Why is he blushing? Because it's a dating sim, dude. Actually, it's an OVA from the 90s. What? What? He nudges the baby closer to me and tugs on the bill of his hat. I just realized that there's a poster. This poster back here is the logo of the game. What the fuck is that doing back there? Jotaro. I try to catch up to him with Jota in my arms. As soon as Miss Erina dismissed the class, he wasted no time leaving. But when he heard me call out his name, he paused and looked at me expectantly. Well, we live on the same street, so how about we walk home together? I offer a smile. Sure, we're not exactly friends, but we're getting there, aren't we? But before Jotaro can answer, someone bumps into me from behind. Startled, I drop Jota onto the floor. No! Oh, my first day as a parent and I already dropped the baby. Fuck! He got a stand name from a dish soap? Oh my god! It all seemed to happen in slow motion. I watched our child tumble out of my hands and splat onto the ground. No! Who the fuck did that? You're clearly not responsible to have a kid. You're right. That's why I'm not having one. Jotaro was too lazy to come up with a name and grabs dish soap and gives him that name. No. Jotaro. I look up, but he's gone. Ah, come on. Jotaro, don't do this. Don't leave me with the death of my child. Is it because I picked cute-eyed? Fuck, I should go back. What a perfect start to this goddamn project. It hasn't even been an hour and my baby is dead. I should probably hit up the market later to buy duct tape and more flour to fill up Jota. Okay, this fucking sucks. Can I go back? How far can I go back? God damn it, I can't redo my choice. Fuck. The bell rings and it begins with lunch period. It's Jotaro's turn to take Jota and babysit, but I haven't seen him all day. Of course, it's always possible that he ditched class. Old habits, am I right? But he did say he'd be here. At any rate, if he really doesn't show up today, I'll stop by his place and just drop off the baby. God, it sounds like we're divorced already and it's only been a week. No! With Jota in my arms, I set off in search of Jotaro. Hey! No, wait, go back. It's the Search for Jotaro! Yeah! It wouldn't surprise me if I fuck up the first time I try to get him to date me. The witch on a Roomba. Fantastic. I have no idea where to start, but I gotta try. My search takes me outside on a hunch. I look from left to right as I walk through campus. Maybe he's behind the building, being a stereotypical delinquent. I walk right into something. No! Jota! No! Motherfucker. I tense up upon feeling the pain of a hit tailbone. My apologies. Dude! Dude! I didn't think you were in this game! I'll say goodnight, Bayou. We get the MILF Hunter! Yeah! It is so good to see you, Kakuin! I look up and see a head of red hair. He's holding his hand out to me and I take it. With his help, I get back on my feet. Huh, this guy looks familiar. Thanks. No need to thank me. I was the one who knocked you down. He offers an apologetic smile and looks from Jota to me. Ah, you're Jotaro's neighbor, aren't you? And his partner for home ec? Whoa, who is this guy? Yeah, how'd you know? I take a step back and he seems to notice my rising suspicion. In response, he just bows his head in greeting. I'm Kakuin, a friend of Jotaro's. Wait, so Jotaro does have friends? Oh, I'm violent. Did Jotaro not tell you that? Not at all. He's only described you to me. I'm actually looking for him. It's his turn to take Jota off my hands for a week. I hold up the baby. Kakuin holds in a laugh and points behind me. He's taking a break behind the school there. Once you see the dumpsters, keep going and you'll run into him. Oh no, not the dumpsters again. Kakyoin is the only relatable character. Excuse me, Violent, is your mother single? Like, you know what? He actually looks really good in this style, but I don't get what's up with the scarf he's wearing. It's like... No, I don't get what's up with the scarf at all. Like, what's the deal? So I was right. Gotcha, thanks. I wave goodbye and pick up the pace as I head to where Kakyoin indicated. The smell of wet garbage welcomes me, and the closer I get, there's no way Jotaro is willingly spending his time here. But I walk past the dumpsters, as Kakyoin said, and pick up on the cigarette smoke and pause. Jotaro? I call out, not expecting much of a reply. Hey. It's more like a cape. Like, I don't know. Like, I know when he first showed up, wasn't he wearing, like, a white scarf or something? But, like, that seems a bit different. I look over in the direction of his voice and spot him sitting on the ground and leaning against the wall. He's looking up at me with a lit cigarette between his lips. Oh my god. That's right, I forgot about this great graffiti back here. Oh, hey. I stand awkwardly, waiting for some kind of response, but he only snuffs out the cigarette in the dirt and lets out a soft sigh as he stands. Sorry for disturbing your peace, I guess. What are you doing here? I relax a little, realizing there's no real hostility between us, but he's not saying anything or even looking at me. So, what are you up to anyway? I ran into your friend Kakyoin, and he said you're taking a break? Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Jotaro shifts in his spot and falls silent again. This is one hell of a break room. I glance around the area. Aside from being near the dumpsters, there's scattered trash and cigarette butts, not to mention the crude graffiti scribbled on the wall he's leaning against. I mean, that graffiti is anything but crude. I mean, that breakdown graffiti is pretty good. But it is quiet and really out of the way. Not much people come through here, I guess. Perfect for Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. So, like, I feel like whoever did this background for, like, the dumpsters is a different person than the one who did the background for the suburbs, because, like, this doesn't look as bad. Jotaro scoffs at my remark and shrugs. Don't you have class? You're one to talk. Listen, I've been looking for you to give you Jota. It's your week to babysit, remember? Jotaro finally looks back at me and then to the flour sack. He clears the trash around him and pats on the ground. Yeah, just leave him here. Granted, if Jota was a living, breathing mini-human, I wouldn't even entertain the thought of entrusting Jotaro, but I do as he says and set the sack down beside him. It's about time Jota got some bonding time with you. Oh no, curse smile, curse smile, curse smile, don't. That's bad. It's bad. Dude. Super fucking cursed. Jotaro scoffs and lets a slight smile slip. He pulls his hat further over his eyes as if to hide it and shoos me away. Right, you should get going. Lunch is almost over. Fine, guess I'll see you around. I turn to leave and give him a slight wave as I head back. As I make my way to the main building, the bell rings to signify the end of lunch. I pick up the pace and head back to class, my mind lingering on Jotaro. Yeah, seriously, it's a fucking sack, like, honestly. You don't learn anything from taking care of it. Like, we fucking dropped the thing, and, like, it's still fine. I really don't know that much about him, do I? Despite everything, I don't have much of a grasp on who he is. For one, he's hard to read. For another, he seems really guarded. Of course, that can change the more time I spend with him. But will I really have the chance? Will he give me that chance? I can feel the weight of the thoughts he inspires hang on my shoulders, and they keep following me all the way into the school building. Later? Okay. As I make my way to school, I see a familiar hulking figure about 100 feet ahead. Jotaro. He pauses and turns around, giving me a chance to catch up. Morning. Where's Jota? Jotaro refers to his school bag, and we both start walking together. Safe and snug. Seriously? Is that how you take care of a baby? I can't be too mad, though. It is safer in his bag than if he were to carry it around. Babies are great at absorbing damage, to just pummel the shit out of babies. Yeah, bro. How was babysitting duty, by the way? Did Jolene ask about it? Jotaro only shrugged. I just left it on the floor somewhere all week. Actually thought I lost it this morning. The apathy in his voice felt more than genuine. He really couldn't give a shit about this project, huh? Yeah, same. You know, like, fuck this whole thing. I can't help but laugh, however. Part of me wonders if he regrets coming back to school. Honestly, same. It's probably for the best, though. Handling around a sack of flour too much probably wouldn't end well. We continue to walk in silence, a pleasant sense of comfort and ease settling on my shoulders. Sure, Jotaro is intimidating in more ways than one, but I think it's safe to say that he and I are all right with each other. Maybe friends is overestimating things, but we're certainly not enemies. Oh man, come on, night shift can't be that bad. The day carried on as always, and eventually the bell rang to let us know lunch was over. It's now the last class of the day, and that only means one thing. This baby project has come to an end. I left Jodo with Jotaro for the day and make my way back to class. I keep an eye open for him. It wasn't until I turn the corner that I spot him. He seems to notice me too, and we make our way over to each other. I can see Jodo in his arms and... Am I smiling? I press my lips together and hide it when we're close enough. I begin to speak and throw my hand out to wave. Hey, how was the kid? But while I tried to start some friendly conversation, I miss how Jotaro began to give me... No! Why am I so bad at looking after this fucking sack of flour? The project was almost over. I'm getting the bad ending. And I'm not fucking happy about it. I should have given him the cranky eyes. What? Fuck's sake. I've killed him. I've killed our baby. We failed. We failed as parents, as students, as responsible human beings. I just fucking hate babies. Yeah. It's a fact. I do. I ignore the other people around me as I desperately try to scoop the flour back into the sack, picking up bits of dirt and stray hairs along the way. Ew, gross. Also, it's a fucking sack of flour. It wasn't actually open, was it? How did it, come on. I'm sorry, I've pretty much given us an F. He only shrugs. Guess this makes us Humpty Dumpty's horses and men. Since we can't put him back together again. His joke catches me off guard and I let out a laugh. I made him blush, it's a good sign, but also kind of terrifying. I can't help but smile as I finish cleaning up the best I can. But that's not how it goes. Jotaro looks at me as if asking for answers. I get back up, flour dusted all over my uniform. It's the king's horses and men. Okay, no need to be fucking pedantic. He seems to ponder this as we walk into class together. I offer a smile, feeling as if things won't be okay after all. Whether we fail or pass, it was still fun. Was it fun? It doesn't really seem like we talked all that much. Miss Arena wasted no time giving us our grades as we walked in. She instructed us to sit with our partners and only took a look at the state of our flour sack before jotting down our scores as she traveled through the classroom. As expected, Jotaro and I failed. Even as Jodo was sitting on my desk, flour was still leaking out. I look over at Jotaro. He's leaning back in his chair. He's learning back in his chair. No! Spelling mistake. Head tilted up toward the ceiling with his hat over his eyes. Is he taking a nap? It is what it is. Maybe I'm talking more to myself, seeing as how Jotaro doesn't respond in any kind of way. But if he heard me, at least he has an idea of how I'm feeling about this whole thing. The guy can do what he wants, but I shift my attention to Miss Arena as she goes on with the next lesson. Well, I'm failing. I'm not gonna get the good ending. They don't even grade the mental state of the flour sack. This test is BS. Here lately, Jotaro has been coming to class more often than not, but it makes me notice his absences even more profoundly. Today was one of those days. For some reason, seeing his empty seat in the back of the class puts me in a weird, melancholy mood. Mr. Jonathan walks in and the chatter in the classroom dies down. He takes attendance, and I can't help but notice he's in a really good mood. Well, maybe that's not the best way to put it, since good seems to be his permanent state of mood. He seems excited about something. Oh, that's right, the fucking beach trip. The class field trip. This year we'll be going to the beach. My first thought is about Jotaro. Does he like the beach? Someone as gloomy as him probably hates the loud, bright, crowded atmosphere. Even still, I make a note to tell him about the trip. Who knows, maybe he'll surprise me. Oh, I bet he likes the beach. As Jonathan goes over the specifics of the trip, I find myself playing out how I'll bring it up to Jotaro. If I play my cards right, I just might be able to convince him. I go straight to Jotaro's house after school. Oh, creepy. Last time we went to the beach, a clone of his friend nearly killed a pickpocket and ate bugs. Nah, man, the last time he went to the beach, he wrote a thesis on a starfish. Part 4 turned out really well for him. Oh no, don't tell me. No, they're not gonna do the image again, don't do it. He'll probably just side-eye me and close the door in my face like he did on our first meeting. Didn't make it any easier knowing that, though. I raise my hand to knock. I lower it. God, this is stressful. Violent? Hey! What are you doing here? I sigh. At this point, I'm not too sure myself. What are you doing? I typically go to Jotaro's house after classes. He holds up a stack of papers. He likes to look over all the lessons from the day. Huh, so even if he doesn't show up to school, he still makes sure he's caught up. The fact that he actually puts an effort towards his education, even if it's a pretty roundabout way, is really surprising to me. Jotaro really is an interesting guy. Kakyoin drops me a wink. Don't let him know I told you, though. It might tarnish the bad boy persona he's worked so hard on. I put my hand over my heart. The secret is safe with me. Kakyoin chuckles before looking me over. I let you know why I'm here, so it's your turn. Yeah, fuck it, I'll tell him. He seems trustworthy. And definitely not evil. I kick my foot out and look down, feeling a little stupid at my reason, but intent to tell him nonetheless. It was only fair since he told me his reason. There's a class trip coming up, and I want to tell him about it. Kakyoin nods solemnly. Ah, yes, the beach trip. Jotaro doesn't like going on class outings, so I normally wouldn't even entertain the idea of going. Normally? Well, this year is a little different. How so? Why, because you're here now. Can I just fucking date Kakyoin? Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, let's get with this guy. Kakyoin gives that I know something you don't know smile that he seems so fond of. I'm sure if you ask him nicely, he'll come along. I feel like I'm in one of those old-timey cartoons where their whole face turns cherry red. I'm surprised steam isn't pouring out of my nose and ears. Just then, the front door opens. I thought I heard you two out here. What the hell are you doing? I was just having a friendly chat with Violent. Jotaro huffs. Well, go do it somewhere other than my front porch. Actually, Violent has something to ask you. Isn't that right, Violent? Thanks, Kakyoin. Part of me is grateful for Kakyoin acting as the wingman in the situation. The other part of me is internally slinging the foulest curses at him for putting me on the spot. Maybe if you cared for the flower, you'd be fair game. Jotaro's looking at me expectantly, his face completely unreadable. Damn it, I can't back out now thanks to Kakyoin. I guess I just have to get it over with. There's a class trip coming up. Mr. Jonathan was talking about it this morning. Jotaro's expression doesn't change, so I trudge forward. We'll be going to the beach. Still nothing. Kakyoin gives me an encouraging smile, egging me on. Egging? Nope. Nope. So, I just wanted you to know. Is that all you wanted to say? Kakyoin, you monster! No, I guess it isn't. Okay, here goes nothing. I just thought it might be fun if you went, too. I mean, if you want to. If you aren't busy. If you're up for it. If you don't have plans. Okay, now I'm rambling. I snap my mouth shut and wait with my heart in my throat. There's no way he'll agree, especially with my sloppy invitation. I want to melt into the cracks on the ground. The beach, huh? Hey! Cursed blush. It's working. Sure. Sure? I'll go. Kakuin looks happy, but not surprised. I, on the other hand, feel like I've just been sucker punched in the gut in the best way. Okay, I guess I'll, take a few steps back to make my hasty retreat before Jotaro can change his mind. I stumble a bit and Kakuin hides a laugh. I'll see you later. I break into a dead sprint to my house. Holy shit, I did it. I did it. Yeah. Did that say June? Okay. So that's the beach, huh? Ah, the beach. Alright. I taken a deep breath. Gotta love that ocean air. Oh, what, we don't get to see him in a swimsuit? Weak. A lot of the students have already dispersed, but Jonathan raises his voice to be heard over their excited chatter and the crash of the waves. Don't go too deep in the water and stay close enough to see me. Other than that, be kind and have fun. I had no expectations and I'm still let down. There's some cheering and a couple of kids make a beeline to the ocean. I watch them with a smile before turning in a small circle and squinting. Where is Jotaro? We haven't talked since I asked him to come, and he wasn't at the train station with the rest of the class this morning. I know I shouldn't have had my hopes up, but damned if I'm not a little disappointed. I sigh and consider hunting for Josuke, but decide against it. My mood has been dampened, and I don't want to ruin his fun with my gloominess. Wait a minute, in Josuke's route, he wasn't going to the beach trip because his grades weren't good enough. He's not even fucking here. Guess I'll just lay out in the sun and hope the UV rays bake my brain. I find a nice empty spot of sand and pop down. I guess I should have realized he wasn't coming this morning, but a part of me was hoping that he had taken an earlier train. Yeah, right, like that would happen. Just because I've been counting the days down to the trip didn't mean Jotaro felt the same way. Oh, fuck, man, you know, I've fucking been there. I pick up a handful of sand and sift it through my fingers. I'm such an idiot. Hey. I turn my head at the voice. I'm a little peeved that someone is bothering my solemn lamenting, but my tune changes immediately as I see who it is. Dude. He's still wearing the jacket. I'm actually impressed. Like, damn. Jotaro. I jump up and brush off my shorts. I thought you weren't coming. I already said I'd go, didn't I? Yeah, I guess you did. I just figured you slept in or forgot or something. Jotaro shrugs and looks out at the water, seemingly done with the conversation. We both take a seat in the sand and enjoy the light breeze and the warm sun. What is this? It's a fucking dating sim, dude. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that Jotaro actually showed up, and if Kakuin wasn't bullshitting, it was because of me. Is Kakuin here? Because if he is here, we know for a fact that he's still wearing his school uniform. I wonder what made me so special. I look covertly at Jotaro and see that he's pulling something out of his jacket pocket. It's flimsy, blue, and folded into a square. He finds the little plastic nozzle and wraps his lips around it before exhaling. The blue thing crinkles and expands a bit. A few more puffs and the thing is inflated. Jotaro craps the nozzle and turns to me. I brought a friend. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. They had to make that sprite. This is so cursed. Oh my god. What's his name? I haven't really thought about it. Why don't you name him? Jotaro's spirits are unusually high today. With how I'm feeling right now, I'm thinking it's contagious. I tap the dolphin on the nose. I dub thee Jota the Second. That works. This is so weird. Alright, I'm head out. Aw, don't leave. There's so much more. Oh my god, he's blushing. He's blushed like 7 times and you didn't even notice. Like some sort of emotional chameleon, my face heats up too. He looks towards the water and takes in a deep breath. Today's a good day to be at the beach. Do you like the beach? I do. Something about the ocean makes me feel right. I don't like that he blushed when he said that. Like I'm where I belong. I open my mouth, but I find that I can't think of anything to say. I wasn't expecting such a thoughtful, sweet answer. This is so OOC, you know? I should have just said out of character. What am I thinking? You guys aren't in fandom. Jotaro is definitely more than meets the eye. I think that's why I've been drawn to him since our first meeting. Jotaro sets Jota the second down and breathes in deeply. It's too cursed. Dude is probably way into beach sex. Gross. Like, sand everywhere. Gross. Sorry I'm talking so much. I don't know what's gotten into me. Don't be sorry. I smile. I'm glad you told me. We share a long look before Jotaro takes off toward the water. I watch his retreating back. My heart feels warm and full. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to follow him, so I decide to watch him from a distance. He plods into the shallow water. Okay, don't make it too weird. Come on. He searches around for a while, taking small steps with his head down studiously. What's he looking for? No dissing public sex on my watch. I don't fucking care about that. It's the sand. That's how you get a fucking infection. Come on. I smile to myself. Jotaro really does like the beach. I honestly figured he wouldn't be into it, considering the loud, obnoxious people and the unrelenting sun. Okay, the dude's been to Egypt. He knows all about the fucking sun. I use my toes to play in the sand as I pass the time and watch Jotaro. He picks up a wad of seaweed before tossing it to the side and continuing on. He's really getting into his private little treasure hunt. A beach ball rolls over to me and I pick it up. Okay, no, I don't like this. Who the fuck drew that? What? That just looks wrong. What is this? I don't like sand. Yeah, and this is not a good look for you, Joseph. Please go away. That was bad. Can't say I didn't try. I look back to Jotaro and he's crouched down to look in the water. A minute passes and I figure that he's found whatever he was looking for. I make my way over to him, but I stay on dry land, just out of reach of the waves. What is this artwork? Hold the fucking phone. So he's crouched in the water, getting his jacket fucking soaked and also covered in sand. Why doesn't he just take the coat off? And how is he wearing a belt with swim trunks? What the shit is going on? And also, this CG looks like a completely different artist than anything else we've seen in the game. He must feel my presence because he turns his head to look at me before turning back to whatever he's entranced with. I found a sea star. Oh? I crouched down too, for solidarity. I've only seen a few of them in my lifetime. I call them starfish, though. A lot of people call them that, but they aren't really fish. They're echinoderms. Sea star is more accurate. I like the sound of sea star better, too. It does have a prettier ring to it, I'll give him that. Jotaro goes back to quietly watching his spindly new friend. His face looks so soft right now. Does it? I feel like the person who made the CG didn't get the memo on that, because this is like the hardest fucking jaw I've ever seen. I feel honored that I get to see this side of him. I have a feeling that not many people do. I stand up and take a few steps into the water. It's a little chilly, but it's a lovely contrast to the beating sun. I crouch down again beside him and peer into the water. Below the wavering surface is a starfish, a sea star, right next to the clump of swaying seaweed. It's beautiful. Jotaro hums in agreement. I'm glad you came today, I say kinda quietly, and when Jotaro doesn't respond, I figured the sounds of the ocean carried away my voice. But then, in a tone matching mine, Jotaro speaks. I'm glad you thought to invite me. It's a little bit gay. I smile down into the water, but for some reason I feel a little sad. Jotaro probably isn't used to being invited to places. His personality can be a little rough, but when you bother to get to know him, he's a good person. Yeah. I feel like the only person Jotaro, really, gave a shit about ever was Koichi. 'Cause... yeah. He's he was sort of like a mentor figure to him. And, I don't know, everybody else he just punched. I'm sure a lot of people don't bother, though. I wish I could show those assholes. This Jotaro, the one content to watch a sea star with such a tender face. I mean, they aren't really assholes. Jotaro is like a big fucking douchebag to everybody, right? Come on. He is. It's the truth. At the very least, I'm happy that I'm one of the few that has the privilege to see this side of him. With a content side, Jotaro stands. I'll be right back. I stay in the water when Jotaro leaves, just watching the seaweed push and pull with the current. It's almost hypnotizing. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have noticed the little sea star hiding amongst the green vegetation. I'm glad I got a chance to see it. I get up and wade out of the water, a little annoyed as the dry sand clings to my feet. I have the intentions to find Jotaro, but he finds me first. He's returned with a dolphin and 2 popsicles. Oh my god. Okay. Somebody's exploring something with this. And I don't know if I'm okay with that. He hands me one. I didn't know what flavor you like. Hope sea salt is okay. Fuck, I forgot sea salt popsicles were a thing. Who the fuck came up with that? This must be the work of an enemy stand. Facts. What'd you miss? He left and now he's doing this. I've never tried it, but I'm so thrilled that he got me something that I don't care what it tastes like. He could have brought me back a charred stick and I'd cherish it. Sea salt is an actual flavor. Yeah, it is. It's in Kingdom Hearts. I know that because I saw the Binging with Babish episode where he made them, you know? I take it and we both look at the treat silently. It's interesting. The salt is definitely noticeable, but it's also very sweet. I decide that I really like it. You're done. No, Death, come on. This game is hurting you on an emotional level. It should be healing you on an emotional level because it's a romance game. And romance heals all. Sea salt being in an ice cream with a fucking flavor of its own. I don't know. Like, they have... Okay, well, think about it this way. Caramel is just like melted sugar, right? So it's basically just salted caramel. But, like, not melted into caramel. I don't fucking know. YouTube is coming for you now. The only thing they can heal me is a hentai VN, and I ain't a fucking weeb, so I ain't touching those. Loser. Have you even fucking played Dramatical Murder? Like, where have you fucking been? Okay, you need to shut the fuck up with that blushing face right now, because somebody is pulling out Photoshop, and I'm not okay with it. Jotaro grunts, makes a weird face when he's about halfway done with his treat. Are you okay? Brain freeze. His answer catches me off guard and I laugh. Jotaro looks distraught though, so I collect myself. Press your tongue against the roof of your mouth. That is cursed. It is super cursed. He looks skeptical but does it. It's gone. It's a nifty little trick a friend taught me. That's really useful. I nod and we both look out at the ocean and enjoy our treats and the company of one another. Is it over? Alright, class, start gathering your things. I can't believe it's already been 4 hours. The sun has started to dip in the sky, and I know in another hour it'll be dark. I remember the one time my class went on a field trip to the beach. I got such a fucking horrible sunburn. Oh, my parents were pissed. Like flipping through Steam anime games and figuring out by name alone what fetish it caters to. Heh. Time sure does fly when you're having fun. Do you have all your things, Violent? I nod and give him a smile. I had a lot of fun today. Yeah. I did too. It looks like he's about to say something else, so I stay quiet. Is it just me, or does he seem a little nervous? We should hang out again sometime. Just the two of us. Holy smokes, did he really just ask me to hang out? Just the two of us. Like a date? If that's what you want to call it. Ooh. What is this? Later, homo. Like, seriously, I really, really, really wish that the YouTube live chat could be an absolute free-for-all, because I turned off the spam filters so that, like, people's, like, links wouldn't get caught in it, but it just doesn't work. It's so annoying. So, would you like to? Now that the initial shock is worn off, I'm quick with my answer. Yeah, absolutely. Jotaro nods, obviously pleased with my answer. With a skip to my step, we follow our classmates off the beach. Does that say August? It's August. I'm getting better at reading these. Did you see how many fucking loops that T had? A fucking calligrapher off his shits. As I'm approaching the building, I can already see Jotaro's hulking frame standing outside. I'm 15 minutes early. How long has Jotaro been here, then? He spots me and makes his way over. I already got our tickets. You didn't have to pay for mine. It's not a big deal. I'll buy us lunch, then. Okay, where are we exactly? Are we at the movies? Where's the background? Like, just fucking steal a stock image of a movie background. I know they exist. There are free visual novel backgrounds you could just use. This is a free game. Nobody would give a fuck. Please nerf death. Joseph can predict lines as a throwaway gag. Araki thought would be funny. Joseph can predict lines because he's clever and can anticipate his opponent's move. Joseph can predict lines because he had Hermit Purple in part 2. Joseph can predict lines because he's English and reads manga left to right. Okay, that's a good ass meme. Thank you. Take us to SeaWorld. Ooh. Jotaro took you to Purgatory for your first date. Well, whatever. I don't mind being spoiled by Jotaro. We went to an aquarium. Oh my god. Have you guys been to fucking Ripley's Aquarium in Toronto? It's so fucking cool. It's great. It's great. Implying not all my memes are dank. Yeah, good point. There's little groups of people surrounding the glass, quietly oohing and awing as they watch the fish lazily zoom around. We approach the booth and the employee gives Jotaro a chipper smile. You went to one in Georgia? Cool, man. Did they have, like, the tunnel that you go through? That was so great. It's just like... It's so cool. You go through a tunnel and there are fish swimming over it. It's so cool. Back again, Kujo-san? Jotaro nods, so he's a regular here. I guess I'm not all that surprised. What, they don't have, like, season passes or something? Come on. He holds out his hand without being asked, and the woman stamps it. He looks back at me, and I step forward to give her my ticket. Jotaro had been blocking me from view, so the employee looks at me with shock. Oh, you've brought someone with you this time. He nods again. Is this your first time here? Yeah, it is. I'd offer to give you a tour, but Kujo-san probably knows the place better than any of the workers. She holds her stamp out, and I give her my hand. She presses it against my skin before giving us both a bright smile. You two have fun now, you hear? We both bow our heads politely and make our way into the aquarium. That was of the tunnels, yeah. Your alarm is set for 2 hours and 17 minutes from now. Gross. Yeah, those things where you can go under the aquarium and it has a bubble so it's like your head is in the middle. Yeah, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Those are great. It's pretty busy. Even with Jotaro keeping his stride short, I have to struggle not to lose him amongst the crowd. A group of people cut in front of me and I move around them. I can see Jotaro's hat, but he's a bit further up ahead now. Jotaro. We both wade through the people until we meet again. Are you okay? Yeah, it's just really crowded. It's been busy like this since the birth of Miyako? 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 You'll get to meet her soon. Holy shit, he's smiling. Whoever this Miyako is, he's obviously fond of her. It's fucking cursed as shit, man. Now I'm pretty excited, too. Well, I look forward to meeting her. She's just past the bioluminescent exhibit. In the meantime, he holds his hand out to me. What's he want, a high five? My confusion must be clear on my face because he holds it out more firmly. It's so we don't get split up. Baka. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Like, seriously, why does he have yaoi hands? Like, why are they so fucking huge? Oh. Oh. Holy moly. Oh, wow. Dang. Goodness. Gosh. As if my body is trying to sabotage me, my hands suddenly feel cold and clammy. I wipe my hand on my thigh and take his. It's big and warm and swallows my hand easily. Oh, it's fucking big, alright. Look at those things. Is there anything you'd like to see first? As if I can think of something in this situation. Show me your favorite exhibits. Okay. Jotaro sure does know his stuff. When we started, I was reading the little plaques, but I quickly decided I didn't need to. Jotaro's information is more precise and in-depth, and it's a lot more interesting hearing him talk about these things anyway. Jotaro needs to start a fucking YouTube channel where all he does is describe fish for like an hour. That's every video. The tour guide wasn't lying when she said Jotaro knew the place well. And sometimes when he's talking, he'll squeeze my hand. It makes me feel like my heart is a little bomb that keeps exploding against my ribs. At first I had trouble paying attention to anything else other than his hand around mine, but as the day wears on, it starts to feel natural. I eventually get my voice back and point to Fish and ask him about it. He's able to provide me with various details and facts about him. Dude, come on. Oh, man. These guys are so afraid of showing anything of the player character that they can't even just, like, have a silhouette of us standing next to him. Ugh. Holding hands, what a whore. Next she wants to start using first names like a slut. Oh my god, I know, right? Yeah, fucking killer queen all up in this bitch. And then we get to a huge room where the glass goes to the floor and all the way up to the high ceiling. Everything is cast in a wavering blue, giving it a dreamlike quality. Either lazy or afraid. I think afraid. He releases my hand and goes to the glass. His gaze is pointed upwards, so I follow it. There above him is a baby beluga whale. There she is. Miyako. She's floating around lazily, her little flippers giving a non-committal flap every once in a while. It's obvious that she's still young, but even still, she's huge. Wow. We quietly watch as she moseys through the water. It's almost surreal seeing her move. Isn't she beautiful? I never heard a beluga whale called beautiful before. I always thought their heads looked like a doughy, half-risen biscuit, honestly. But Jotaro's eyes affected me, and I totally understand what he means. She is. But I'm struck with another beauty, which to me is even more breathtaking than Miyako. It's Jotaro. Silhouetted by the dim blue light that filters through the water, he stands, almost nose to glass, as he watches Miyako. He's so full of love and respect and awe for the young little mammal. He's so different from that guy I'd met only a few short months ago. But he wasn't different, was he? This was the same Jotaro. It's just that now, I understood him. I mean, the first time we met, he did slam a door in my face. It's kind of rude. Yeah, okay, whatever. We're starting to understand him now. Jotaro? I tap him gently on the shoulder and he turns to me. Oh, no, not this again, not this again, no. This is gonna be in every route, isn't it? This is gonna be in every fucking route. Oh my god, why did you do this? What the fuck? Listen. They're so fucking terrified of showing the player character this is how they do the kissing CG. And I'm not okay with it. Not to mention that it seems like all these CGs were drawn by completely different artists. This is terrible. Yeah? I'm glad you brought me here today, and I'm glad I got to know you. Jotaro doesn't say anything. We just look at each other for a long time, and then we kiss. And then they kissed. I actually think you're a cool girl, just make it stop. Oh, I can't make it stop, only the game can. Jump scare worse than any horror game. Okay, it's gone, it's gone. We make our way back to the front of the building. I feel a little disoriented, like I've just woken up from a dream. That was a lot of fun. I had fun too. We stand in the lobby awkwardly, both knowing it's time to go, but not wanting to leave. Would you like to come back and visit Miyako with me next week? Of course. He nods, pleased with my immediate answer. He leans in quickly and gives me a kiss on the cheek. Thankfully, they didn't show the CG for that again. I'll see you at school. I stand there and watch Jotaro leave, holding my burning cheek. As shocked and happy as I am for the second kiss, I'm even more elated about what he said. See you at school. I'm so proud of him. I'm so in love with him. Good end. We did it! I didn't fuck it up. And the credits. That was terrifying. Yeah, Mac did the font transitions and he went fucking overboard. Fantastic. See, look at this. Look at this fucking artwork. Can you guys see that? Look at this. Fucking look at this. Look at this artwork. I don't know, like, who drew that, but it's not the same as the sprite artist, or the CG artist, or the background artist. I don't understand why they couldn't just get, like, one artist to do the whole game. Like, what the hell happened? Looks like Shrek's Prince Charming. Oh my god, okay. I'm putting my face back up here. I feel uncomfortable. Oh, man. You know, I might stream something tomorrow, but I don't want to get into, like, any big, like, long-running things, because, you know, Pokemon's coming out soon, and there's also going to be the direct live stream. So, you know, facts. But I don't know if, like, can you play something that's not this? No, I would only play a dating sim on Dating Sim Sunday, and that is true facts. So I decided to give all that to one artist who seemed to use horror. What is this? Is that another meme? Shown an anime opening, shown an anime ending. Oh man. I play a good dating sim? No, because nobody watches that. Jackbox. Oh yeah, maybe Jackbox then. I'll think about it. Or like Drawful, whatever it's called. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll come back to this next Sunday. I don't think there'd really be any interest in it. Like, I might just play the rest on my own because I am genuinely curious. Genuinely curious how the fuck they gonna do Jonathan's route, because he's supposed to be a teacher and he's also supposed to be a gentleman, so dating a student would probably not be something he'd do. So I'm really curious how they pulled that off, you know? Anyway. If people want to watch it, either has to be this or porn. I don't know. I can do like a poll on Twitter, but I can guarantee you nobody's gonna fucking answer it. So. Right. Anyway. Thank you all for tuning in, and peace.